Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson will be entitled The Elite Staged Events. This video is entitled Protest Riots Break Out Across the United States After African American Man Suffocated to Death.
Civil unrest is growing in the United States after the highly publicized death of an African American man who was suffocated.
And that's the point of this lesson. The elite want civil unrest in the United States. That's the reason why this incident is highly publicized. The elite use their media to stir you up, to make you emotional. They want emotional outbursts such as rioting and looting. Hence the term order out of chaos, which means the elite create a problem to get a desired reaction from the public, and they give the public their solution to their created problem. Okay, when you go into the term hoax, it means to be deceived by a fabrication. Fabrication means lies. Hoax goes into the origin of hocus pocus. And hocus pocus goes into the origin of a magician or a juggler Beginning with the elite bankers, trickling down to your TV anchors, all right, and any other actors you see on TV. These are your magicians / jugglers, all right? The stage is what you see on your television, and the audience is the masses. Everything you see on TV is designed to manipulate you, to deceive you, to make you emotional. First source, orwelltoday.com. All the world's a stage, according to Shakespeare. Big Brother stage events. Stage events, also known as order out of chaos, from the Latin ordo ab chao. The trick of creating chaos and then seizing power under the pretense of putting things back in order is a tried and true method of deception and manipulation. It's the meaning behind the Latin motto, ordo ab chao, meaning order out of chaos. Esau wants the public emotional. Esau wants the people to display emotional outbursts such as rioting and looting. Why? Because he wants to continue to strip away the so-called rights from these masses, or from the masses. Okay? This incident is highly publicized for this. The elite bankers are 50 steps ahead of the masses, but not of us, because we are of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We have the Holy Spirit. According to Etimon Online, emotion goes into a moving, stirring agitation. This is what you're seeing going throughout America. The people are emotional. They are being stirred up. They are being agitated from this incident regarding George Floyd. Okay? So how do you counter your emotion? By utilizing a spiritual perspective, spiritual thinking, spiritual logic. All right? When you investigate the term logic, according to Etimon, it's a branch of philosophy that treats of forms of thinking. The science meaning to know of distinction of true from false reasoning. Also, if you continue to explore logic, it goes into the origin of picking out words. I will repeat, picking out words, coming back into being able to separate what is true from what is false. Akim in the truth, we must utilize spiritual logic to control our emotions. We must only become emotional for this truth only. Okay? Anything outside of the truth, fuck it. Proverbs 25 and 28. He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Back in the ancient times, if a city did not have walls, that city was defenseless. If a person cannot control his spirit, then he's subject to his emotions. He is considered as a city that is broken down and without walls. Okay? You must utilize spiritual logic to control your emotions. Ecclesiasticus 21 and 26. The heart of fools is in their mouth, but the mouth of the wise is in their heart. Right. Don't let your emotions control your thoughts. Utilize your thoughts to control your emotions. And your thoughts are based on what? The Holy Scriptures. Utilizing spiritual logic. Logic also goes into thinking, okay? Being able to pick out words, being able to separate what is true from what is false, okay? These idiots out there protesting and looting and rioting, this is what the elite want. They want this. That's the reason why they continue to highly publicize the incident regarding George Floyd. The heart of fools is in their mouth. So if the heart of fools is in their mouth, what does this mean? Proverbs 25 and 28. He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. That man is subject to his emotions. John 18 and 10. Then Simon Peter, having a sword, drew it, and smote the high priest's servant, and cut off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. At this time frame, Simon Peter became emotional. He did not stick to the script. He did not use spiritual logic. Okay. However, Yahushua was in the spirit, and he stayed in the spirit. he understood that he must be crucified. All right. Now, Peter became emotional because this chapter led up to what? The crucifixion of Yahushua. We cannot become emotional. Okay? Being subject to your emotions can get you killed. Psalm 138 and verse 2, I will worship toward your holy temple and praise your name for your loving kindness and for your truth, for you have magnified your word above all your name. What does this mean? It means Yahweh is a master of his emotions. He is the master of his emotions. That's the reason why prophecies must be fulfilled before the second coming of Yahushua. Okay? See, Yahweh doesn't have a head, so that's why he's subject to his word. That's the reason why his word is magnified above his name. Okay? And it shows that he is the master of his emotions. Although he does get emotional, he controls his emotions. Psalm 110 and 1, the Lord Yahweh said unto my Lord Yahushua, sit you at my right hand until I make your enemies your footstool, like father, like son. Yahushua is the master of his emotions. He is waiting for these prophecies to be fulfilled. And once Yahweh gives him the green light, he is on his way. The highest form of mastery is being able to control your emotions, such as our Father Yahweh and our big brother Yahushua. Now remember, I said we only supposed to be emotional for this truth, but we must apply a spiritual logic, spiritual thinking, a spiritual perspective. Now remember, emotion goes into a stirring, a moving, agitation, or to be agitated, right? Second Peter 3 and 1, this second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance. Right. So we remember based on what? The Holy Spirit. We become stirred up based on what? The Holy Spirit. And this stirring up makes us emotional, but we utilize spiritual logic at all times. When you go into stir up, in the Greek,
Strong's G 1326. Diagairo.
let's get to the point. 1a, of the sea which begins to be agitated to rise. We are that sea being agitated. Remember, emotional means what? It goes into the origin to be stirred up, a stirring, or agitated. Metaphor, to arouse the mind, stir up, render active, stir up. We must be emotional for this truth only, but we utilize spiritual logic at all times. And this is a scene from Limitless 2011. And this scene is entitled Eddie Mora Sees the Future.
After you, Senator.
Thanks for stopping by, Carl.
Give us a second. What are you doing? Do you want to be president of the United States or brain dead, stuck full of tubes?
I'll take my chances.
I told you, your chances don't exist. We shut down your lab.
You don't think some smart-ass in NZT might have 2 or 3 or even 4 labs?
So what? You're not making any more.
That's right, I'm not. I thought better of it. See, once you know what's in it, you can tweak it, re-engineer it, get the bugs out, taper off. I'm off it, Carl.
Well, on it or off it, there's no scenario where you're not working for me.
How are you gonna pay me? In cigarettes? Last year, you traded inside information 17 times. Blank checks from Dubai, dumping in Chile, disappeared officials. I mean, you shed a spotlight.
You want to go to war with me?
Away. And trust me when I say this, I'm not even being creative.
There's no way you can be making accusations like that and be walking around alive.
That you would even think that shows me how unprepared you are to fight me.
You're no longer equipped to
I may
fight
be off
me.
it. You think I didn't learn anything? That my synapses didn't change? That I kept absolutely nothing?
You have no idea what kind of enemy I can
That
be.
van's gonna rear in that taxi.
What?
The driver's distracted. He's texting. He's going 30 miles an hour. He's 60 feet to stop. He doesn't have room.
What the?
I see everything, Carl. I'm 50 moves ahead of you and everybody else. What makes you think I don't have a guy with a beat on you right now? How do you know you're gonna be alive this time next year?
What are you doing?
And in this movie, Bradley Cooper, who played Eddie Mora, took this drug that gave him total access to his brain functioning. But the point of this clip is that the elite bankers are 50 steps or more ahead of the masses, but not us, because we have the Holy Spirit. Bros, everything you see on your television is script, okay? It's used to inspire you to become emotional, all right? Because at the end of the day, Esau has an agenda. And the television set is nothing but propaganda. Lord will, you're edified. Shalom.